name is Marvin Johnson. You know what? Let's lose this mask. Hi, I'm Marvin Johnson, and welcome, first of all, to Taste of Tabor. I actually serve as the vice chair on the Board of Trustees for Tabor. But more importantly, I am a retiree, praise God, 35 years now. And after working, I should say, 35 years of working, retired for 2 years. But a proud husband of 31 years. I have 2 amazing adult sons, an incredible daughter-in-law, but the most amazing granddaughter on the planet. And if you are a grandparent or if you're going to become one soon, I gotta tell you, it is the best. But we're not here to talk about my family, although family is important. And in fact, family means everything to me. I've been blessed to, as I said, been married for 31 years, and some of the best times that we've had with family has been over meals. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Food and family, family and food, doesn't get much better than that. Which is why I'm so excited as the vice chair for the Board of Trustees for Tabor to bring to you a virtual event that will happen all throughout October. It's called the Taste of Tabor. And truth be told, it's about food and it's about family. Now, we've done this for 4 years. This is our 5th year, believe it or not. And COVID-19 tried to get in the way, but we're not gonna let it happen. We're bringing it to you virtually, and we're gonna bring it to you throughout the entire month of October. We're gonna start in the very first week talking a little bit about Tabor and giving you a chance, if you're not as familiar, to get a little bit more intimately familiar with who we are. Week 2 kicks off our restaurant tour, and we're fortunate to have Domani Star to sponsor that first week of the restaurants. Week 3, we're gonna bring to you Sister Muhammad's Kitchen and Bakery. And she's gonna really show you, or in fact, her son, I believe, is gonna show you all there is to know about what magic happens in that kitchen and bakery. And in our final week, we're gonna have a guest chef. His name is Darrell Hill. And I have to tell you, I'm biased already because not only is he a US Olympian, but he's a Penn Stater. We are. And I'm so thrilled that Darrell's gonna be able to share with us some of his culinary talents as well. So why Taste of Tabor? Well, one reason is because this is our biggest fundraiser of the year. And we say that because it enables us to provide resources and programs for our children and those also transitioning into independent life. You can do tables of 1, of course, 2, 5, or how about challenging your fellow friends and participants to see who can have the most tables? We're willing to take as many tables as you're willing to reserve. So we want to challenge you to think about that. And keeping with the spirit of food and family, we're also going to have cookbooks that you can order. Now, you know, you all have probably a grandmom's recipe or an uncle or an aunt who can really do some damage in the kitchen. And if it's like my family, I always want to try to figure out how do I reproduce that. So we're going to have a cookbook that's going to be produced by members of the staff at Tabor, folks in the community. They're sharing those family secrets, and it'll be something that I'm sure you'll enjoy trying to experiment on your own. You know, and one more thing about this cookbook, if you order it, you'll be able to get it before the holidays. And so you can try some of those great recipes. But you know, the most important thing to underscore about Taste of Tabor and this event is our opportunity to give back to our communities. This has been an unprecedented year. In fact, obviously the pandemic has impacted all of us to some extent or another. But what about the social injustice that we've witnessed and the businesses that have been impacted by this in a really devastating way? Our small community businesses are no exception here. They've had to bear the weight of this social unrest in ways that it's hard to even imagine. So it's up to us to support them the way they've always supported us. So I know we can count on you to do that.
Thank you so much for that wonderful address and introduction and for telling us all about what Taste of Tabor is. Today, right now, I have very esteemed ladies of Tabor Children's Services sitting with me, Dr. Tanisha Banks, our president and CEO, as well as our board chair, Laura Powers. Thank you so much for sitting with me today. I just want to let everybody know, and Marvin kind of already said it, but this event was supposed to happen in May, but unfortunately, because of what I call my best friend COVID, we weren't able to have that. So what did we do? We do what we do best for 113 years. We made adjustments, we made adaptations, and we kept it rolling. So thank you for joining us with Taste of Tabor, a deliciously good deed, the virtual experience. This is all about food, it's all about family, and if you're anything like me, you like to eat. So I want to start off right now with asking you ladies, What is it about food that makes you so happy, or what fond memories do you have with food in your own families?
I married my husband because he knew how to bake macaroni and cheese.
Yes. My husband is a great cook too.
He's a better cook than I am.
Absolutely.
But I think for me, I mean, food brings us together. Even in a house, when we have like events and family over, everybody always congregates to the kitchen.
Yep, so true. I know it's really important for me. I mean, I only have one kid, Tanisha.
Racking up 4 here. That's all right.
It's really important for me that Scott, Alex, and I eat dinner every night together whenever we can. You know, trying to rush home, get dinner on the table. It's really worth that experience of kind of that repetitive daily dinner. I know I'm going to talk to them, I'm going to see them.
Yeah.
It's a time to look forward to, and I like to instill that in, you know, my son as well, so he has happy future memories of food at home.
Absolutely. I have 4 kids, as everyone knows, and Bella Boo wanted to be here to tape with us today.
That would have been really fun.
So wanted to be a part of the virtual experience like she is every year at Taste of Tabor. One thing I would say, since we've gone virtual here at Tabor, trying to keep everyone safe, staff and the individuals we serve, I miss my work family. I miss them, seeing them every day, being with them, breaking bread with them, because we eat a lot here at Tabor.
Yes.
What about you, Mo?
For me, my mom was a working mom, so we did eat together, but it wasn't very formal. But one fond memory, or a few fond memories I have, is every Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, we would go to my Nana's home. She would set the table, Miss Emily Post style. I mean, it was beautiful, and I look forward to that every year. And even when I go over to my dad's house, you know, at his house, there is no big person or little person. Everybody is on the same playing field, and we all eat together. Food is the neutralizer. And so, I mean, like you said, in Tabor, we eat a lot.
Well, because hunger is hunger.
Hunger
and
is
that's
hunger.
one of the reasons I think here at Tabor, we host a Taste of Tabor. Food is important, especially not to just to us personally, but to the individuals we served. And even during the height of the pandemic, when we had resource parents and foster parents who were getting sick, we were sending Instacart to their houses so that they didn't have to go out and get food. So we were making sure the families were fed. Grubhub, we just gave gift cards to all the staff for Grubhub, just to recognize that food is important, and family meals and eating and making sure you're nourished is important. So
It definitely is important. And especially with the task that you both take on at Tabor. I mean, you're our Madam Chair, you're our Madam President. Tell me a little bit about those roles and titles. It's more than titles, because you definitely believe in servant leadership. Yeah. But tell us about how you got through all of this, or you're getting through all of this in your particular roles.
Well, I have to say I have the best chair and board possible. Laura keeps me sane. I text her whenever I need someone to talk me off the ledge, because there have been a lot of ledges over the past couple of months, and just trying to make sure, again, we keep everyone safe, not just our clients and the families we serve, but also our staff.
I think it's really important that a board chair and the CEO of an organization kind of co-pilot together.
Absolutely.
Whenever appropriate. I mean, you do so much work at Tabor, and it's my honor to serve, to be in service to the board at Tabor. But, you know, Tabor is one of the most important organizations in Philadelphia with regard to the security and stability of children and youth in our city. And the work that we do here is really critical and really important.
It is.
And I learn from you every day, both of you, about how to do this work best, you know, how to serve the staff and team at Tabor best. And that's why it's really such a pleasure to be involved and an honor to be involved with this organization.
Yeah, the staff, the team here at Tabor is truly amazing. I mean, we had to make a lot of investments financially as well to ensure that the building was safe, that staff were employed. Our objective was to make sure during this pandemic we keep staff employed, and we were able to do that 100%, and so we're very grateful for that. But at the end of the day, I think we just miss our community in the office.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, that kind of, the hardest thing for me as the president was trying to keep morale up. The work that staff do here at Tabor is truly amazing, and it often goes unnoticed. You know, they're walking into some really tough situations. They're seeing some tough situations, particularly with children, and that takes an emotional toll. And then you add in COVID, and then you add in the injustices happening to Black and brown communities, and you have a staff that are extremely deflated. Most of us are deflated right now. So trying to make sure motivation is up and we're still maintaining our quality of services was one of the biggest struggles I found during this time period.
Yeah.
And keeping my own mental up.
Right. And we're here for you for that.
Yeah.
One of the things I do want to say, Ms. Banks, that really helps keep the morale up, we have a yoga teacher, and that was one of your visions.
You always say, someone has to social work the social. Like, I hear that in my sleep, in your voice. Someone has to social work the social workers. And so, like and that actually came from me when I first came in 4 years ago, just assessing other sectors that deal with trauma every day, like our staff, you know. And the police sector deals with trauma every day, and they generally have a therapist on staff to help kind of, you know, release and relax. Right. And that's when you do your best work. So she is actually also literally a trauma-certified psychotherapist who offers counseling. She's absolutely phenomenal. I'm glad. But that's what some of the unrestricted funds that come through Taste of Tabor allow us to pay for, because we can't pay for her and her services on our grants. Right. That money goes directly to our clients and our families. So the other things that keep us as a team and keep our quality of services, those aren't paid for under those contracts. So we have to find other dollars to make sure we can pull those services in to make sure our family members are okay.
Well, you mentioned when you started 4 years ago, and I think one of the things that made us so strong coming into 2020, I mean, we have not sustained disruption to the operations, even though the staff has had to change the way they work. The work has changed. We have been strong. We have sustained. We've been resilient at Tabor. And I think, you know, it has a lot to do, Tanisha, with your leadership, but it also has to do with the strategic planning process that we engaged in 2017. In 2018 and 2019, we executed on the philosophy of putting the health and wellness and well-being of the staff and the Tabor organization and the families that are served by Tabor as the number one priority. And that is the underlying philosophy of the strategic plan. And that's, I think, what made us be so strong going into 2020 and be resilient and able to sustain these horrible circumstances that we've experienced this year.
Yeah, you've certainly hit the nail on the head. And when it comes to the unjust happening in our society, I mean, we've tried to provide some outlets, when we're talking to staff or just letting staff know that we see them and that we see what's happening around us and that this is a safe space. Yeah. So you're absolutely right. That set the foundation and made us completely stronger for us to handle and embrace and adapt the way we need to. I love the word resiliency. We often use it with people, but organizations need to be resilient as well.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing a theme of resiliency. I'm also hearing a theme of quality, right? Yeah. Because it's not about the numbers all the time. It really is about the quality of the service. And we get good quality of service here at Tabor because of the good quality of relationships that we have within our communities. So again, COVID tried to stop us, but they couldn't. And so instead of having 8 or 9 restaurants at our Taste of Tabor, we're going to be going on a Tabor tour. I'm so excited. We are going to be going on our Taste of Tabor restaurant tour. Yep. So we're going to start over there at Domani Star. I so love Morgan.
You know, that's in my backyard, and it is one one of my favorite restaurants of all time.
Yes.
Yum, yum.
We've had a couple meetings there. Like, their food is awesome.
Off the chart.
They are. And Morgan has been with us 4 or 5 years. This is our 5th annual Taste of Tabor. And Morgan has been with us lock and step every year.
She really has.
She was the one who was like, you know, Monique, I would like to get with the youth a little bit more. And so now we'll have Julian in the kitchen with her, and they'll be cooking up a delicious meal. Just wait.
You had to pause for a minute.
I had to pause because it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
And then we're going to head right back down to Philadelphia to Ed from Sister Muhammad's Kitchen. And Tanisha, tell us a little bit more about Ed and what he does specifically with Tabor.
Oh my goodness. While we're close to Chestnut Hill and 20 minutes from Center City, we effectively live in what I would call a food desert. There aren't a lot of healthy options in our immediate surroundings. And often our staff are so mobile and they're running, ripping and running, that they may not go 20 minutes in either direction to get lunch. So we had reached out to Sister Muhammad's and asked them if they wouldn't mind stopping here on, Tuesdays? Wednesdays?
Or whenever we need them, honestly.
Or whenever we need them. But generally Wednesdays, they actually show up here at lunchtime and bring meals for staff to buy. So.
Yum.
And Sister Muhammad's is the 2019 salmon cheesesteak champion of Philadelphia. And so some people have gotten a taste of that and they enjoy it. So, and then we're going to hop on over to Arizona. Wow. We're going to see Darrell Hill. He is a U.S. Olympian and an alumni of Penwood High School as well as Penn State College. He is a shot putter for the USA track and field team, but he's also started his own cooking YouTube channel, so he's going to show us how to cook lean and good. So I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that. He is young. I would say Darrell is probably about 25, 26.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, I've always had this hope, fundamental hope, that through Taste of Tabor, the youth that come and participate, it unlocks, the experience unlocks something in them. Thanks to Morgan, because she really embraced that by bringing them behind in the kitchen and actually helping them. So I'm hoping that experience, whether it be culinary or serving, whatever it is, that they just see something that unlocks their potential.
I think it's really empowering for any young person to be able to cook your own food and make something that's creative and, you know, either basic or extremely creative. Yeah. It's I mean, not, you know, I think across the broad spectrum, everybody could use that in their life. I made these pork chops with grilled peaches. I made the whole thing on the grill.
Oh, wow.
It was a brand new experience for me, and then I sent it right to Monique. I was like, this came out great.
Well, I've had some of your food, and the day
That's
I was
right.
at your house, that
That's
was
right.
delicious. So.
Yeah.
And Mo, you've been doing your thing lately.
Well, again, I said everything that's been going on with COVID is not bad, so I've been doing some barbecuing on my porch. So I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn. The food has been coming out pretty good, pretty tasty.
I have seen it.
So I'm really excited. I mean, I love the opportunities that Taste of Tabor is bringing to our youth, and I'm glad that everyone will get to see our youth in the kitchen with our chefs, Morgan and Ed. And Janiyah used to work with Ed. She had to stop because of some school stuff, totally appropriate, but she has worked with Ed before. I mean, both of these individuals, as I said, they're really vested in their community, and you'll hear their stories when we go to their various weeks as well. But I'm just so happy about that.
That's one of the benefits, again, of the dollars that are raised out of Taste of Tabor. You know, we can, and I know we've had this conversation about, can we give scholarships to youth who want to enter into the culinary arts world, you know, especially for those who have participated in our Taste of Tabor and have found something. You know, again, exposure, unlocking opportunities, and then not just unlocking it and saying, okay, great, go ahead, but really helping to their walk, helping along their journey. Tabor we're not an organization who starts and doesn't finish.
Tabor has been getting it done. I mean, Donique and I, we were up in Doylestown last week, and we had our shirts and everything on. And the guy stopped, and he was like, "Are you from Tabor? My father was in Tabor." Oh, let me tell you this. that.
wonderful
You guys
story.
need any money? Like, what can I do to help you? He was so excited. I hope I'm not being too presumptuous when I say this, but you guys do not take the work that you do with Tabor lightly at all. I mean,
No.
I've seen it. I've received emails in the middle of the night just making sure that we're on top of things and giving different hints, different corrections or suggestions, whatever the case may be. You don't take this lightly. And so we, as an organization, are so thankful and blessed, honestly, to have you here with us, leading us through the way.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Monique
It's an equal. All the team members.
Yeah.
This ship doesn't move forward without any of the team members. You know what I mean? It moves the way it does because everyone contributes. We have an awesome team of individuals here. That's Tabor's secret sauce.
Yeah.
Can I say sauce? Sure. Taste of Tabor?
Of course you can
But
say
I'm
sauce.
I'm here all night.
But the people that I've invited to the Taste of Tabor in previous years have been recurring visitors to Taste of Tabor the next year and the year after that. You know, they understand and they see the compassion that the team members have for the families they serve and the lives that are changed at Tabor through the services. It's just plainly evident.
Yeah. And while we like to laugh, this is serious business. We're in the game of serious business.
Definitely.
Health and safety of youth, period. Building families, period.
Toast to that.
Toast to that. So I'll shout from the rooftop 1,000 times how amazing the staff at Tabor are. And I want to give a special thanks to the staff at Tabor for engaging in the work that you do every day and leaving your heart on the line every single day. But I also want to give a special shout out and profound thank you to Wood Services, our parent company, for the investment, the support, the ongoing engagement of trying to make this world a better place for the individuals we serve. So to the Wood Services organization and its team, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you for visiting us today, and I'm going to ask you to please be certain to check in every Monday throughout the month of October for exciting updates on our Taste of Tabor event. Take care.